Welcome, Aquarius, to your November Astrodice reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on with you, my friends. And for those of you who are new, this is where I take astrology with tarot and make a small horoscope for the month. Best message, please, for Aquarius. In only one of the 12 houses, we have good destiny coming out with the North Node going into the 10th house. Ooh, that was some Virgo energy. Very interesting. This is talking about that hard-working, dutiful, hesitant, all those things when we're coming to the Virgo. And definitely talking about that North Node of your destined area of your life. I'm going to use Vesta because she's always talking about this sacred spirit and quiet dignity. Okay. Using those for the North nodes. North and South nodes, that's talking about the spirit, the destiny, things that need to be, going on within your life. This is what you're here for. And talking about that Virgo. The energy around you is dutiful, hesitant, and humble with a discriminating, diligent, and painstaking air. Yeah, just really going to work over here, really focusing on what it is you want, reputations around whatever it is. It could be work, it feels very career. Talking about the 10th house, this is the achievements and status of the outside world. That's why we're thinking career. Where are we going? What are we doing? Okay, let's get into this, my friends. Talk about the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month with the status of the outside world. How is it that you're being perceived by the outside world when it comes to this? How are you moving? What are you looking at? What are you focused on? Best message when it comes to the soul. Yeah, right there. Putting yourself on a pedestal. Others are looking at you in the very beginning of the month. Knowing that you want to be recognized, reflecting on what it is that you have. Can I rise to the top? Is this where is this really happening? Is this going to happen? Knowing that the magic is not exactly where you want it to be just at the time. It almost feels like there's this huge rise in the very beginning of the month, and then it kind of swiftly goes down a little bit. So it's almost like I was super up here being noticed, and now I'm kind of falling down a little bit. They're not really seeing the legacy that I'm making over here. They're not seeing exactly what I'm trying to put together. So it does feel like the magic is kind of wearing and tearing down a little bit. So it feels like maybe the first, the second, maybe even the third, maybe even the end of the month last month, it started really spiking, and now you can kind of see it, around the 5th or the 6th, you see it kind of dropping down a little bit. Patiently planning on how you're going to move. How are you going to stay at the top? Challenged at this time, right? With how am I going to plant these seeds? It does feel like a lot of the seeds, have blossomed, guys, right? But you want the overall. It even looks like your reputation, has gone up from one way to another way. But they're not seeing exactly what, you've put in, right? There's so much more. If you're a celebrity, you could feel like your celebrity status was very high in the very beginning of the month, and now it's, around the 5th and 6th of the month, it's really kind of slowing down, right? They're not giving me the attention that they were once before. So it's still all very much the beginning of the month. It just feels like from, this part of the very beginning to maybe 4 or 5 days later, it's just kind of winding down. But it just feels like there's so much more you could give Aquarius, and you wanted them to see it. They, see me for what I can really do. You only seen a piece of what I'm made of, right? And this is what your soul really wants, right? This is your destiny. This is what has to happen. This is the way it needs to be. Really moving towards that. there was no fear, because it was just, look, I'm working hard. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Putting all fears aside, putting all worries, all anxieties, and that put everything aside at the time, because you just kind of rose to the top. Still being generous about the situation, and it does feel like, you know what, the values, that even though they're a little changing, you know, and a little challenged, it's okay though, because it kind of squares off with each other in the end. You know that you can continue to keep planting the seeds that you need to plant, knowing that there's so much more, and feeling like, yeah, you know, they're not passionately looking at what you want them to. There is kind of a separation of how this went. Like I said, because it feels like it had kind of slowed down. So it does feel around the 5th or so, it's just kind of slowed down from the very beginning of the month. Okay. But it does feel like you're, you know, you're kind of like, hey, but you know what? I have so much more. I just feel like they didn't give you the time to show what you're so made of. It's almost like they kind of put up boundaries, right? Kind of bound itself off. But your destiny is saying, keep pushing. Keep pushing. This is what you need to do. Get past those boundaries. King of Wands coming back in the mid-month. Look at that. Looking deep within yourself to say, you know what? I have so many other secret talents that you're going to, you know, your intuition is going to just boom. Because you have the desire over here to say, you know what? But I am going to keep my courage going. I'm going to do everything that I need. Really reconnecting also with yourself, you know, your higher self. So that way you can really keep the pace and really turn things around with the 10 of Cups. Wow. Hey, like I said, you haven't seen nothing yet. You guys, you know, you only let me do so much. And then you kind of pushed me aside a little, right? But I'm worth so much more. And you're really at the mid-month going to show them how you're going to shine. Show them what your achievements are. Show them what you have within yourself. And that light bulb's really going to go off. And that's because the courage within yourself is so radically different at the mid-month that there's no stepping away from that. You're centered, right? The North Node within you is centering you, saying, yep, this is where we're going. So definitely not going to disconnect from this at all. If anything, you're going to continue to make the outside world understand your achievements. Make them understand what you're worth. Offering. Whoa. Someone's going to see this and they're going to offer this. They're going to, whoa, what are you doing, Aquarius? They see this huge, major change within the way that you're maneuvering around things. The way you might be thinking about things. Hey, you know, if we could do it this way, maybe it's a huge project you're working on at work and you're like, you know what, but we can do it this way. So you're offering them this new idea and they're going, oh, okay, well, we can make adjustments. And as the adjustments are coming, it's just following. It's just following in. Look at that. Now you're getting recognized again. Where you were getting recognized before, now you're being recognized again for the hard work. There's that Virgo coming in. That Virgo saying, yes, here's the hard work that you're putting in and you're being recognized again. So the realization that you're making this discovery and then throwing it at them changes everything and adjusts everything for the 10 of Cups. And they say, wow, they want to be supportive. You could be dealing with a Scorpio who's like really intrigued about the situation, guys. They're just like, what? And they want to support this idea. They want to support your achievement. No crossroads for you, my friends. Because you're saying there's no crossword. There's nothing there. You either recognize what I have for you, you know, and, you know, you throw it at them and they see it. You know, they want to support that too. They see where you're coming from. In the end of the month, there's that Virgo coming in again, because now you're going into a realization about the career and the life that you are being seen in the public eye or in the workforce, however it is. And it kind of is shaking things up within your personal life, giving you the abilities to want to continue to keep dreaming and moving on this path. All of this is really doing, especially with this High Priestess in the middle of the whole month. I mean, think about it. This is like mid-month, the highest. The more that you know you have your intuition open, the more you just see more satisfaction, bringing in more important realizations about the things that are going on. right? Highlighting on the things, right? Shaking, there it is, shaking things up. Finding the importance of what you're doing. If you felt like you were holding back anything that needed to be done within the situation, or holding back something that you said, you know what, this could happen, but I'm not sure how it's going to work. You're going to have the realizations that, you know what, I am holding back on that situation, kind of feeding my own energy from that. So I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to figure out how to use this, and it's going to change everything. It literally is going to change everything. So this will be definitely your moment to shine. Even though in the very beginning of the month, it was kind of, like, wow, I got all this tension. What happened? But that's okay. Yep. Keeping the faith within the communication. Whoa, communication. It's not even supposed to be communication. It's supposed to be commitment, but there must be a lot of communication. I'm going to say keeping the faith and the communication within yourself, to be able to communicate that outward. Excuse me. My coffee, my allergies do not like this month so far. They're messing me up. Okay, so you have the not holding on to anything that is going to hold me back. Setting yourself free to fly, using your own Aquarian energy, saying, you know what, I have the freedom to do this. I'm not going to hold back on this situation anyway. I thought I was going to let that go, but I think I'm going to use that. Why are you going to use that? Because it's justified and balanced for the situation to say, this is where the truth comes in. This is where justice is. Wow. So it's all justified. This can also become a karmic card. That and the judgment card can become karmic cards, and that's very good for your North Node, because North Nodes and South Nodes are karmic. So they're saying this justifies all the karma that was, surrounding your energy, surrounding you. Very nice. So this is bringing in the Nine of Cups for you, saying this is exactly where you want to be, making yourself feel whole within yourself. Giving yourself your own gift. Okay. And this is going to inspire you even more so, of course. Right? Bringing in the prosperities. And it also could bring in this Capricorn or this Virgo as well, who now can share this gift with you and say, you know what, I see the responsibilities with the Seven of Swords. I see where you're going with this situation. I see it as the truth. We can do this. There's no set limits to the situation because you're dealing with all the things that you need to deal with. So anything that you had from the delays of last month, you're going to see a huge, huge turnaround in your money, in your reputation, in your career, in itself, as you're starting to move. So the influence around you is greater and becomes greater, and especially for these other people around you as well. And you're going to see that you have a lot of your own inner voice coming through as you deepen the connection with yourself because of the Hermit and the High Priestess. Wow. And then, of course, the Faith card. So definitely making a marker for yourself, right? Making new exciting plans going on, guys. Networking, however it is. But it's a fantastic month right now for you to really get out there. Yeah. Wow. The opportunity, to really make the achievements on the outside world is really on your side, which is very good too, because we're in Mars retrograde right now. Mars can work against us. It can work for us, right? In this house here, it is working for you. This does not mean that it cannot work against you in love or something else, or one of the other 11 houses, right? Be like, yeah, well, I'm doing great here, but somebody wants to keep arguing with me. But the whole thing is this could be some kind of creative breakthrough, guys, that you've been really waiting for a long time to really try to pick up the pace. And, it could even set the tone for December, where you could see even more good luck coming through, right, as you're really pushing passionate towards this endeavor that you are doing over here in the career zone. Okay? Great reading for you guys. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.